everybody, welcome back to Old Pete Gaming. I'm your host, Old Pete. Now let's get back into the long dark. So we have just finished a nice, well-deserved night of sleep with almost full bellies the entire time, which is nice. So we're on pretty good health. And glug down what little water I can just to cut weight, save weight where I can. Let's see, what are we running at? We're only 4.5 kilograms over. That's not too bad. Peek outside. -13 is what it feels like. That's not too bad. Let's see. See a wolf. We'll go this way. Looks like another storm is blowing in. Try to stay a little high up here so I can see. Looks like that little cabin is intact. That's nice. This cabin is pretty handy, honestly, just to have a little spot up here where you can tuck in and throw down hides to cure and stuff. There's bunnies that can kill over in this field that you don't necessarily want to have to walk back smelly all the way to there. Keeping an eye out for wolves as I go. Getting quite cold. Hey! 86% condition, that's pretty good.
My fingers feel numb.
I believe I am still, yeah, I'm nowhere close to the level of fire starting where I don't.
Stuff will come in handy.
That's a pretty nice jacket. What else do we have? Military coat. Ooh. Yeah. Not gonna be nearly as nice as that. That eventually. Oh, we just need to warm up for a second here. I guess. I hate using food, so we'll just pass some time real quick in bed here. That'll do. I think I've got everything there is to get in here. I mean, I could take these. I was just talking about how I need tinder, right? Yeah, why not? Why not? You know what? I'm even gonna... this would have made more sense to break those down when I was trying to warm up in here, huh? It's alright. Okay. Maybe I will break those down. That sounds like an excellent plan. Ooh, man, he was right on top of me. Alright, let's see how far he's gone in 15 minutes. I'm gonna pull this out just in case. I'm crouched, so he shouldn't notice me. Oh, that was absolutely terrifying. trying to hear bear crows, but I don't hear any bear sounds. He might have headed down this way. Don't want to run on top of him. But I would think that we'd see him if he was down there. So he probably headed back up that way is my guess. I am going to head over here real quick. Check for saplings. Oh man, it is cold. To check fast, I guess. Ooh, that was an angry sounding bear. He was not happy about how close I was to him. Alright, any saplings to be had? I don't see any. That is kind of a bummer. I have not been finding a ton of saplings so far, I'll be honest. Usually on these settings, the natural spawns are actually a little higher than, say, on like stalker mode. I think because the idea is that you're supposed to be living off the land because there's so few supplies left for you to pick from. And we'll get back down to those little cabins there. Try to avoid running into the bear as we do it. And we'll get warmed up. And we'll figure out what our next move is. That bear must have gone that way. That's what I'm thinking. That is a great bear to hunt, though. You can hang out in that nearest fishing hut over there, and he will patrol by you eventually. So you just, you know, have a lot of firewood with you. And prepare to fish and just
my head feel thick.
Fish until you see a big brown bear waddling over towards you. And take your shot, you know. And then use the fire that you've been staying warm with to keep you warm while the bear bleeds out, and you'll have easy bear kill even with a revolver. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of firewood saved up at the moment. And it's a little too cold to collect any right now. Alright. Tuck in here real fast. Do not want to have cold damage. We saw last episode just how much cold damage hurts. It was not pleasant. I'm going to go ahead and just gain another hour of rest. Because I'm planning on having to run probably a lot because of how cold it is. Alright. That's right, I'm carrying some stuff that I can probably just throw down here. Don't need to carry that around. I think I already had a pile of these going. This will be my little bit of firewood supply here. And what else? Don't need 2 hatchets. Nice to have one that's over 80% without having to use a whetstone to fix it up. Drop those. Really don't need 2 rocks. I'm trying to be a little more ruthless with my weight. Just because I'm, you know, you burn a lot of extra calories and you just get tired faster, I think. I believe that's how it works. And you're also just slower, and it's annoying being so slow. I think I might put these guys, I'll put all the firewood out where I'd actually make the fire. I think that makes sense, right? Although, you know what, forget that. I'm gonna leave these, because these can be used for crafting, actually. I'll put the sticks out. And I'll put the tinder. Oh man, it really got foggy. This is kind of a dangerous spot for this, honestly. Yeah, I don't love the idea of crossing the lake in fog. Oh, hello. Look at that. It's nice and warm. You know what? Ooh, you know what? This is sort of similar to, you watched a couple episodes back when we were going through the mine. I switched to a lantern that had less fuel and less condition to get through it, so that I'd burn the fuel on that instead of my nice lantern. I'm going to do the same thing with this lesser condition hatchet. Biggest danger is that you're doing that and the bear ends up being like right there on you.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Because, wow, look at that, 4 degrees. Alright, well, we're not going to cut more firewood than that. They really don't need it right now. We're not trying to settle in yet, you know? We're being very nomadic right now. I just want to find the stuff. So this is probably my favorite fishing hut. Yeah, I'd say. Or at least, you know, my most used fishing hut in the game. I think just because it's proximity to shelter, proximity to a bear route. Just, it's a good all-arounder. Alright, so... I'm hearing some wolves. It's not gonna bother us. Don't love approaching blind corners in this game, but sometimes you don't have a lot of choice, you know? Like, I want to get past this formation, and this is kind of the only way to do it. I think that's a wolf out there. It's super nice to be able to walk around without getting cold. Especially, you know, I mean, we're not very far in. What are we in here? Only 9 days in, we're on day 9. I don't mind so much if this guy senses me by the time I get to here. Because he'll just approach and then bugger off. But I don't think he's gonna see me. He doesn't seem to be detecting me right now. I suppose I could hunt him. It would be nice to start collecting some wolf pelts. This is a good area to have them. I feel like Coastal Highway is usually where I end up building my wolfskin coat. Rifle ammo, alright. Boy, we are not wanting for rifle ammo. But I'm just not going to bother with it right now. We are going to clear out all of these beachcombing boxes so that they can respawn more good stuff for us. Most of the time, the stuff isn't amazing. It's often subpar stuff, but like, there's no other way to get new rifle casings, for instance, to spawn in the game. Now, that's not usually one that you super need, but this is metal. Long term. We're talking long term. You know, there's only so much metal that spawns in the game. There's only so many birch saplings that spawn in the game, and this is where you can get new ones when that supply is exhausted. And that's the only way that you can get them once that initial supply that's generated at the start of the game is exhausted. And so beachcombing is really important. in your games if you're trying, especially if you're trying to go long game. If you don't plan on surviving or playing... Oh, hello. This guy seems to be detecting us for some reason. I'm wondering if I have something in my inventory. The way he was walking there seemed like he had detected me. But I don't know what would do it. I don't have any food on me that would be smelly. Obviously, we're not getting cold during this. This is why I didn't bother to go out of my way to hunt that other wolf, is because in this game you'll have no shortage of opportunities once you have a revolver to shoot wolves. Looks like there's something on the slope over there. Oh, he detected a rabbit. That was one of those delicious rabbits we were talking about eating. I guess that's not what we're having for lunch now. It's so weird how it does that. Well, I was hoping there might be a sapling on this island. I feel like saplings might be the thing that this world didn't generate a ton of. We're going to need to be careful with that one there. I think we'll just forego going back up to the hill there. I just don't see a lot of benefit to it right now, when we can do other more interesting things with our time. I think I mentioned earlier that I was thinking about going to Desolation Point straight away, and I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think that's a smart way to go. We can go there, we can make a bunch of arrowheads, and start getting our archery skill up here. In the meantime, we have no shortage of revolver rounds to tie us over, including the ones in the gun. We have 29 on us. That's a lot of ammunition. I might want to put some of that down, actually. Surprised I haven't heard any wolves over here. Oh, there's one. Right in front of that pillar there. Don't think we'll be a bother to him. Looks like there's a deer there. So, it should be safe over that way.
Could end up being useful.
Thank you so much. I've yet to actually make one of those noisemakers that you can make. I believe it's, I think you have to get the recipe at Blackrock or something at the prison. But they use so much gunpowder, I'm just not willing to spend that gunpowder for those noisemakers. They're essentially something you can craft that acts as though you fire the flare pistol, and it's a weapon in itself. It's like a little grenade. I believe it'll kill wolves if you hit them, you know, with the thing exploding right next to them. But boy, that sure seems difficult to use in a self-defense situation, you know? I'd hate to rely on that. Yeah, so I think we'll go ahead. It is a little foggy, but not so much that I feel like it's a danger to travel. So I think we'll hit that other house that's on top of the hill there. And then I guess I think we have enough light to try and get to Desolation Point. I don't know what we'll do when we get there. It might be starting to get a little dark, but I think if we hoof it pretty fast, we have a decent amount of energy. And Desolation Point is a very rewarding zone, I feel like. You get a lot of good stuff there usually. Probably because it's such a desolate location to visit, they want to reward you. Can't believe how warm it feels. That's why I love Coastal Highway so much, is because it's just so warm. It's always so warm. Until you get about 400 days in, and that's very cold, just like every other place. Oh, this is not a place I like to leave things. Other than firewood. Yeah. I think we'll keep going for now. I'll just never remember that I put stuff in there if I do that. It's kind of an interesting run because we found really good clothing, like really fast. And so I haven't had the necessity of, say, killing a bunch of rabbits and curing their hides for some decent gloves or a hat. You know, I have... I mean, I could use a rabbit skin hat, I'm not gonna lie, but the fact that I'm not getting cold right now is a testament to how solid our clothing loadout is already. Anything for me? Nothing. Double Cairns, 2 for the price of 1. He was standing in the cold. Not that cold. Story's not yet written. The most common of the Karen messages. Ooh, you know, if there's some old man's beard up here, we could craft a couple more of those bandages, and then I'd be comfortable putting down that darn heavy antiseptic that I've been hauling around. I should also put down the water purification tablets. These are really heavy. And as already mentioned, I'm not a huge fan of them. It does sound like there's some unwelcome company up ahead.
This'll come in handy.
Alright.
I think I can use this.
Those are not bad clothing items, I just have better stuff already. Under normal circumstances, I would have been really happy to find those.
Now we're cooking with gas.
0.09 liters of fuel.
Just out of this stuff.
That is very little lantern fuel. Alright. Well, we'll take it. I'm not gonna complain. Not gonna complain. Yeah, sure. There we go. What is the condition of my gun? 79%. Okay. That's not too bad. The weather wasn't so nice. I would take a moment and clean my firearm a little bit more, but 79% is more than enough to, you know, to defend yourself against a wolf with. Difficulties getting stuck on the wall there. Anything? Sometimes when you can't see very well in the shadows, you can just kind of, you know, feel around, see if you find anything. Not the best route, or the most effective method, but better than nothing. Probably run back through with the lantern real fast, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. This house was a big...
That'll come in handy.
The thing I was just talking about being happy to be able to drop. That's funny. That's really funny, actually. Alright, let's drop some stuff, because... Oh, you know, we did get some socks here. You know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to repair those. I don't want to lose them if I get attacked by something. Alright. That'll make us even more warm. Beautiful. Get those on. Alright, and then these we can drop. And the other clothing items drop. Ski jacket drop. Okay, so now we're wearing everything that we're carrying. That's good. Do I want to carry the birch sapling around? I hate leaving these things scattered around the land like this. No, I'll just hold on to it for now. I'll find a spot more on the beaten path, just because I don't really come to this house that often. Just in normal play, I would say. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Look at that. That color. Beautiful. Can't afford to not appreciate it. Even if you die here, at least it gives you a pretty death. So I see a cabin over there that's still standing. Oh, hello, friend. I don't know if you saw him, but I saw him. Well, this might be our first pistol shot here. Trying to get settled. I want to try and keep an angle on him where he can't disappear behind the slope on me. Because then he's liable to pop up on you. And guess what he just did to me? See the bear over there in the distance. Honestly, if I can get out of this without engaging him, I will. Just because there's not a lot of benefit to it for me right now. Alright. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm trying to travel, so to stop and pull the hide off of a wolf is just not my priority right now, although I will always grab a sapling when I see it. I need to be careful though, because he could have doubled back this direction. Alright. I'm going to use my hatchet. Oh, that's right, I picked up the other hatchet again. I'll have to remember to put that down. Or I can dual wield a hatchet, which is super heavy. Anything up here? This used to be a very reliable rifle spawn, but no longer. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just lucked out a bunch of times there.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Oh, okay. On these settings, they'll be able to see me at quite a distance if I'm not crouched, so I kind of have to approach this cautiously. Fortunately, it's still very warm. I can get behind the hill, break line of sight. I should be able to run over to that cabin without too much difficulty. I know I said previously that once I found a revolver there would be no wolves left. However, I'm actually not trying to be super aggressive right now. There's the bear and a bunch of deer. Looks like it killed a deer. That's cool. Filled up, he's not touching the other two. I wonder what the cooldown is on the bear eating another deer. Alright, we gotta be a little careful here. Waterfront cottages. It's getting dark. Might be where we crash the night. He was close. Alright. That was tense. Quite dark. So I'm going to have to pull out the lantern to see anything. I hate doing it because I am quite low on fuel. For searching these cabinets. I feel like I can do that in the dark pretty easily. Gotta find them. If I was flush with lantern fuel, I wouldn't bother doing this, but fortunately that is not the case. We're actually quite short on it. Enough so that I would break my usual pattern, and if I found one right now, it would probably break down a lantern for fuel. Now I could of course double back, because I did have a couple lanterns at the Quonset, as well as, I believe on Jackrabbit Island I put one in that cabinet, so There are lanterns I can break down for fuel. I don't recall any of them having a particularly large amount in them, though, so questionable benefit there, I think. This has got to be ruined, right?
I need more of that.
30%? Ooh. Well, tonight would actually be a really good night to make use of that.
This stuff will come in handy.
Work pants. I don't know if that's better than what I have. Well, it's a shame that we couldn't make a little more distance.
All this gear is slowing me
I
down.
do think it's getting just a little too dark for traveling. New wool socks, wow. New pry bar. Plenty of water. Well, between the peanut bar and the water, we have, you know, our immediate needs met. So I think what I'll do, let's just eat the peanut butter. See if it gives us food poisoning. That'll determine what we do next. It didn't. That's good. Drink, and then we'll read as much as we can, and then we'll sleep. I think that is the way to play this. And we weren't able to read any. Alright, I must remember to put down tools tomorrow. Oh. Yeah. I guess it'll probably force me to eat some more food if I do what I'm thinking of doing. But I do think that might be worthwhile. I want to pass a little time before I sleep, just because my sleep meter was so high that I was going to wake up and it was still going to be super dark. And, oh, this is nice. We might sleep through the blizzard. It thought it was messing with us. It's like, oh, you want to get up then? Well, guess what, blizzard. And I'm like, ha, psych game. Alright. 697. We'll eat a cattail. They're pretty, kind of weighing us down at this point, honestly. We've got a kilogram of the things. They are nice, though. They never go bad, so. Good traveling food. Alright, so I think this is far enough along that we can sleep. And I think we'll cut this off in the morning, and in the next episode, we will go to Desolation Point. Alright, thank you everybody for watching. This has been Old Pete Gaming, and I'll see you next time.